Do you know what has shaped you in life and leadership? Those defining moments, those kind of pivotal moments when you faced into a situation and you were urged to make a pivotal decision, or when you experienced something that fundamentally changed you and it shaped forevermore how you looked at the world, how you looked at others, how you looked at yourself and your ability to respond to those circumstances. If you haven't reflected on what those defining moments are and how you choose to perceive them to shape your life and your leadership going forward, it could be that those defining moments are actually shaping you in ways that may or may not be in alignment with who you truly are or who you want to become. Let me give you a little bit more to reflect on with regards to this. Moments that truly define us are those moments where we're forced to confront our fears, maybe challenge long-held beliefs or norms or ways of living that we inherited from our families of origin, our culture, places that we've lived, things that have shaped us culturally over the years, or compel us to kind of act differently than we have in the past. Not only do these moments define us, but they can have a completely transformative effect on our perceptions and therefore our emotions, our thoughts, and our actions ever more. Now, oftentimes, these are sometimes challenging circumstances, such as a dramatic moment where we lose something. I think of Sheryl Sandberg at Facebook when she went on vacation and unfortunately lost her husband at such a beautiful opportunity to have a vacation together. Like, how shocking, right? But I also think of very small moments, subtle moments, where maybe a loved one gives us some words of wisdom, or there's a story that is shared that gives light and on an experience or a little nugget of insight that we hadn't seen before. Spending time with my father recently in his illness has actually shared with me a lot of defining moments that have helped me understand not only his life and his life experiences, but wisdom or insights that he's taken from those times. So defining moments could be big or small. They could be challenging. They could also be positive, amazing experiences where we stumbled upon something and it opened our perception in a new way. Ultimately, though, these moments somewhat define us, and they can define an entire era of our lives because they form certain perceptions and beliefs. We end up making sense of the world around us with very simple kind of ways of organizing these experiences, like life is hard or difficult, or the world is hostile, or life supports me fully. Like, I didn't even know where that support came from and it just magically appeared. I can trust that, right? We form beliefs about others. Others are there to support us, and a generosity of spirit always is provided. Or we see others as maybe taking something from us, like others are really never there to support us when we need them. We make sense of situation also in terms of our own personal power to react to the circumstances around us. Like, I have all the resources needed that will be provided in the moment that I need them. I just get to trust and say, thank you, what's next? That's something I learned from the monk that I talked with in 2012. Or we embody other beliefs like, gosh, things are going to be difficult, and if I don't protect myself or defend against myself, someone could take something from me. This is the kind of ways that our psychology gets hardwired in very critical moments. And again, you may be aware of some of these defining moments, and you may have consciously made sense of those defining moments in ways that are expansive, healthy, and empowering for you. What I find as we expand in our own leadership effectiveness and the world is changing so dramatically around us is that sometimes it's good to pause and take stock of what those moments have been that have defined us up until this point in our lives. And frankly, over the last couple of years, you might have had several of these defining moments. And how are you making sense of these situations? How are you defining the world around you? How are you defining others around you? And how are you defining your own personal power to respond effectively and expansively? So if you want to try this out, one of the first things that you can do is actually begin to think about the most significant turning points in your life, moments where long-held, deeply cherished beliefs may have been challenged, moments where your true character was revealed, oftentimes through a choice point, a decision, a loss, or an opportunity. And you saw something perhaps in a fresh light. These could, again, be very distinct, dramatic moments or something smaller, but you'll know that you found one because you feel it emotionally. They usually have a significant emotional impact on you. When you can identify 1 to 3 defining moments, really think about, what did I make these events mean about the world as a whole, others around me, and myself? And then double check, is this most expansive way that I could be perceiving this that will support the evolution of my leadership? I invite you into this practice, and I look forward to hearing what you discover as you identify your defining moments.